The whole idea of designating a national day of prayer, as was the case in the 19th century, goes all the way back to John Adams, actually, the second president. And I think the notion of prayer in American society, in American culture, throughout American history is really very interesting and rather vexed. We don't have a state church. We don't have an established religion, which I believe is the reason that we are so religious, precisely because we don't have government interference in the realm of religion is why we're such a religious people. My objection to the National Day of Prayer is that it trivializes the faith. When you conflate the church and state, when you conflate religion and politics, it's the integrity of the faith, I think, inevitably that suffers. And part of the consequence of the First Amendment is that we don't exactly know where this line of separation between church and state lies. And the Supreme Court gets into the fray every so often, and it kind of alters the conversation in one way or another. But I think that also speaks to the vitality and the dynamism both of religion in America as well as American culture, is that we have these different understandings. So we're constantly kind of drawing and redrawing that line. And as long as we're doing so, as a historian, as a person of faith, I think that's probably a good thing. What would worry me is when we stop having those conversations, when we assume the issue is settled one way or another or in one particular location. And as long as we're having those conversations and we're doing so and carrying on that conversation with integrity, with attention to historical precedent, not trying to rewrite the past and make the founders into something like fundamentalist Christians or whatever's is afoot these days. As long as we're doing that, I think that's a good conversation to have. It's a healthy conversation to have, both for the health of the republic itself, the nation, but also for the health of the faith. I think it's a good thing.